be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am. Too many years I spent putting square pegs in circular holes. I didn't know myself. Why would I come here to live a life stuck in a mold? Bought and sold. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am, the I am. I am 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 the I am. No greater feeling than loving myself, body and soul. And the pain just goes away out in a new world. As a creation, perfect and whole, in loving flow. I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I'm ready to be who I came here to be. I'm ready to be everything that I am, everything that I am, the I am. I am 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 the I am.
When I forget we are one, and I regret things that I've done, I go within my heart and soul. I start again knowing I'm home. is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. When things go wrong and my way is dark, and when I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm home. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Sing love now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. And louder now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Sing joy now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Sing peace now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. Little louder now. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Last time, love, we are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. And last time, we are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Everybody sing join together. Oh, join together. Oh, join together. Oh, join together, together in love. Join together, together in love. Join together, together in love. Join together, together in love.
Oh, I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. You now. I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yes, I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah. When I'm down,
When I'm down,
I turn to you.
turn to you.
When I'm down,
When I'm down,
you pull me through.
pull me through.
Yeah, I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let the Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love.
All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door. So I'm asking, passing time while I'm crashing in the last sad bath of confusion. And it's slow, a little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it and you know I won't, cause it's growing in the open. No more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul and says you gotta let me love you now, for you are worthy of this love. So why not let me love you now, for you are worthy of this love.
Yeah. I surrender
I surrender
every little thing.
every little thing.
I surrender.
I surrender.
Hear me sing.
Hear me sing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love. I am worthy of this love.
on camera right now. There they are, Reverend Dr. Melissa Felipe and her wife, Z. Egloff. They are my two little sisters. I have a biological sister, but I have two little sisters who are not my biological sisters, and you are looking at them, Reverend. And I have to say, they're so cute.
Family.
We originally set this up so that I would have a day off today, and other than having them completely set up and broadcast the service, I had to be here to be the MJ, the Minjay, the minister jockey. But they were so concerned that I was not getting a day off, and I said, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do service in my pajamas. So I'm in my, look, this is my Red Sox. I live in California, Red Sox, and here are my Red Sox pajamas. And I didn't shave. And so good morning, ladies, women,
Good morning, and
sisters.
And we wore Red Sox
we are-
red
yes.
in honor of your day, air quote
Your day
off.
off.
Your
We
day,
are-
Thank you.
Air quote off.
Yeah, we're wearing our red in honor of your Red Sox pajamas, even more so than the Red Sox.
And your hair.
themselves. Right.
And your Red
And-
Sox
and the-
flash in
Yeah,
your
I have
hair.
Red Sox hair as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, today is the last day of the
Again.
Today is the last day of the MLB season, and after service and after Zoom, I will be on the couch watching the last game of this very bad asterisk season. So, well, you guys, you take a break. We'll be back to you for your first song in a few minutes, but I love you. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm excited to hear your wisdom and your experiences. And let's go on to Agape's I Release. Here we go.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. You've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let it go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit.
All right, so I'm getting messages that sound is garbled. I'm getting messages from the office and that sound is garbled. So I'm getting messages from people asking me to volunteer on their call. So I'm hoping that sound is not garbled right now. So somebody text in and let me know. I'm going to go ahead and do our opening treatment. So let me put on some Donna Michael piano music in the background. And there it is. There's the beautiful dulcet tones of Reverend Donna Michael sitting at the piano. Yes. So I invite us all right now to just simply sit back into the beauty of this day. It's Sunday. It is the day that the universe has made for us to be together, to enjoy each other's company, to bring in our friends, our family, and to simply know that all is well. And so, simply knowing that all is well, I declare that there is one life. That life is God. And that life is my life now and the life of each of us, joining together geographically, telephonically, via the internet, of course, in our family, our friends, our spiritual community, all of us individualizing, representing, standing for love, creativity, the divine wisdom, intelligence, and compassion that is the true nature of our Creator, universal life. And so for today, I simply bless our service. I bless our time together. I bless my dear friends, Reverend Dr. Melissa Felipe, Z. Egloff, Reverend Z. Egloff. I bless our practitioner of the day, Frank. I simply know that each of us who are participating in this service bring our energetic blessing to each other, our community, and our nation as we go through this time of political change. This democratic idea that we've had in this republic for more than 240 years. I simply know and bless us. I know that all is well. I bless all of our actions. I bless all of our citizens. I bless all of our visitors. And I know that all is well. And in this knowing and in this gratitude for this blessing which we are living, I release my word into the action of that lovingly impersonal and mechanically accurate law. I do it gratefully. Grateful for all of the good in our lives. And I simply know that all is well. And in this knowing, I let it be and I let it go. As together we affirm this blessing by saying, and so it is, and so it is, and so it is. So, Mary says her sound is fine, my sound is fine. The fixer of all things says sound is good right now. Lindsay Perez says sound is good. Good. I said, all is well. All is well. All is well. So, since the pandemic, and of course, since the cry for social justice in our country has become very strong, palpable, and demonstrations are going on. People are standing up for what they believe in. Doesn't matter what political party you have or what side of an aisle. Aisle is imaginary. You know, we are all human beings living this human divine life. And I love this Hawaiian ho'oponopono prayer. And it doesn't matter whether you're saying it to yourself or to our society or to our history or to your husband, wife, partner, child. You know, reconciliation and forgiveness is a major part of our letting go and moving forward. So I love this prayer. I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And I love my dear sister Karen Drucker's prayer song that she does. So I'm going to invite us all to just take a brief 2-minute meditation into this prayer and enjoy this time for just a couple of minutes to remember, I am sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, mahalo. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, mahalo. I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I love you. I'm
I actually found myself saying that to myself the other day because I was walking around beating myself up, and I stopped myself and I said, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you, to myself, and I felt better immediately. I did. Let's go right to our promises, Dr. Holmes's promises. Let's say these together. We say them on a weekly basis, one of the few rituals that we perform here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of life, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. Normally, I would just pick up my guitar and sing I Remember Who I Am, but Melissa and Z and Karen Mitchell and I and several others made this little video, which until I get tired of it, we'll use this. One, two, three.
I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit. We are life, we are light, we are love. We are joy, we are peace, we are wisdom and beautiful heart. pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. His pure spirit and who we are. His pure spirit and who we are. His spirit.
Oops. Community affirmation. This is written by Dr. Holmes back in 1920, published in Science of Mind magazine in the first. Now it's, I'm going to have to. Okay, looks like we're back. Okay. So I'm texting them. So very weird. Very weird internet
Yeah, we're not going to take it personally.
problems today. Nobody takes it personally. All right, so you guys are back and you're going to do your first song. So let's just go ahead and
We're gonna do a song.
move right on to your first
Do it.
song. All right, please go.
Awesome. All right. We have actually this has words and music for y'all to do with us at home. It's an echo. It's super easy. Goes like this: clarify,
Clarify.
magnify,
Magnify.
occupy, and then you say occupy your
your
faith,
faith.
not your face. Feel free to occupy your face, but it's
It's always good.
occupy your faith. And then we're going to glorify,
Glorify.
testify,
Testify.
fortify your faith. That's it. And then
That's it.
and then you're going to
So
sing
we're
with
going to
Melissa.
echo Z on those on the chorus, and then there's a sung chorus, and I'd love it if you would sing with me
All right.
on that, and
Yeah.
you'll hear how that goes, and just join on in.
Okay. So you ready? They're ready. All right. Here we go.
Fortify, fortify, fortify your faith. Fortify, fortify, fortify your faith.
When I was a child, a little bitty baby child, I didn't believe in nothing. Faith is for suckers, I told myself. People who are weak, people who need help. But all around me, everyone would say, you gotta believe, you gotta pray. Believing in nothing ain't no way. Here's what you gotta do. Every day you gotta clarify,
Clarify.
magnify,
Magnify.
occupy your faith, and then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
Whoa, you've got to fortify your faith. Oh, you've got to fortify your faith. Oh, yeah.
Time went on and I grew up. I started to question. I said, what's up with my life, the world, the universe, and how things work? Why am I here? Tell me now, what's my worth? I started to notice synchronicities and a power beyond what I could see. Next thing I knew, I heard Spirit say, here's what you gotta do. Every day you gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
Oh, you've got to fortify your faith. Oh, you've got to fortify your faith.
You can do
You can do it. Come on, make it stronger. Pay attention. There's no need to wait. Fortify your faith.
that faith is so much bigger than me.
Bigger than
It
me.
starts in the heart and grows and grows. Where it stops, God only knows. So if you're down, if you're blue, remember that spirit is bigger than you. Let it hold you, mold you, take you, shape you. And here is all you have to do. You gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith. Oh yeah, you gotta clarify, magnify, occupy your faith. And then you gotta glorify, testify, fortify your faith.
You got to fortify your faith. You got to fortify your faith. You know you got to believe.
Fortify your faith. Yeah.
You got me. Fortify my faith. Yeah, baby. That was good. You know, it's Emily Cruth says it's a verb song. Life is a verb. It's a verb song. Life is a verb. Thank you, Emily. That was great. Yeah. So,
Very verby.
I while you guys were singing, I went out on and looked at the internet, and yeah, there's major problems on the internet today, so it ain't us. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Life is what it is, but we're all happy to be together and enjoy. So you guys take a break for a minute while we go to a little bit of business here. I love you, ladies. Monica said, fun song. Yes, fun song.
Yay.
Centers for Spiritual Living has been an open and affirming community since 1927. And here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we are a radically inclusive, mindfully non-racist spiritual community where all are lovingly welcomed. I want to let you know that Frank and I are putting together a PEP workshop, Personal Emergency Preparedness Workshop, Saturday, October 10th. 9:30 a.m. on Zoom. We're going to discuss all the things about getting ready for earthquake. I mean, it's like, you know, just being ready for anything that might happen. Of course, we know and we've noticed that, you know, stuff can happen. Look at this pandemic that we're in, and it's really good for us to be prepared. Also, I want you to know, so that's going to be on Saturday, October the 10th, 9:30 a.m. right here on... not right here on YouTube, but it will be on Zoom. And I will send out the Zoom link as we get closer to that. Also, starting this Wednesday, and for 5 Wednesdays, I'm going to be teaching The Four Agreements, one of my favorite books. And I started rereading it again this week. And I mean, it's like, it blows my mind every single time I dive in. And of course, the first agreement is take nothing personally. And during this time of the election, when many of us have disagreements, maybe have disagreements about how we want the future of our country to unfold, it's really important that we be able to honor and love each other, even if we disagree about how that unfoldment happens. So the Four Agreements, 5 Wednesdays, starting this Wednesday, and I'll be sending out reminders. I have people contacting me from all over the country who are going to join us on this class because I did put it up on Facebook. I want to remind you guys that our office hours, we do have live office hours, HDCSL. Eleanor says, when will you post the Zoom ID for the class? I will post it tomorrow. And I'll also send out a voicemail to everybody who doesn't get texts saying, if you need me to email you the Zoom information, please remind me with an email. So that'll all go out tomorrow. Maybe this afternoon. But I'm going to take the rest. No, I can't dishonor Z and Melissa's gift to me of this service. So it'll go out tomorrow. Let's see. Our office hours. Mondays, 9 to 1. Tuesdays, 9 to 4. Wednesdays, 9 to 12. Thursdays, 10 to 3. And let me go ahead and, yeah, I gotta switch I know Z is drinking her coffee. We got together early this morning and set up all the scenes for all of the Ecamm stuff, but then when the internet went wacky, all the scenes. So I think I'm going to have to reset a lot of these scenes. But Frank, can you go ahead and unmute yourself? Are you unmuted? You are unmuted. Good morning, Frank.
Yes, I am.
Let's
Hi,
go.
how are you?
I'm good. So you have the affirmation.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to just turn this over to you because I'm going to probably have to be switching scenes. So if you see Z behind each one of these scenes, yeah, Mary says this affects the internet. Yeah, there is. Mary says there's a major geomagnetic storm happening today. Solar wind is buffeting our magnetosphere, and some is even leaking into the Earth's troposphere. Wow. God is powerful. God is electromagnetically powerful. Thank you, Mary, for telling us why we're having such weird internet issues today. So we'll honor it. We'll be grateful for it. And all right, so I'm going to switch to the affirmation here. It'll probably come.
Very good. Good morning, everybody. I'd like to put up the affirmation right now, which you see on your screen. I will read it through once, and then if you will follow me in 2 repetitions, please. The affirmation for today is, today I affirm the inherent goodness of all life. You will join me, please. Today I affirm the inherent goodness of all life. Again, today I affirm the inherent goodness of all life. Now we'll switch over to the Flames of Faith. This is a performance we do every week to remind us that all spiritual paths lead the Spirit. We perform this ceremony on Sunday to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, honoring all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of ones knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. So it is. And now if you'll join me in prayer. Daily I return to the sweet, cool waters of spirit. I take time to consciously dedicate myself to the inherent goodness of all life. 10 to 15 minutes of calm, undistracted, deep breathing in my safe and cloistered space. I purposely disconnect from the daily changes and craziness of life. Deep breathing coordinates the mind, body, in spirit. I redirect myself emotionally, mentally, and physically as a conscious being, moving and breathing in the cool, calm waters of spirit. I choose conscious unity in spirit and the goodness of all life. I am fortified and grounded in spirit. And so it is, and so we are. Amen.
Thanks, Frank.
Welcome.
Appreciate you. And I'm gonna go back to Melissa and Z now. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye. Melissa and Z. Hang on. Let me go to this picture here. Let me switch you guys. There we go. You know, it's so funny. This thing about the geomagnetic storm happening, because this week on CNN I was reading this story about a little village in Scotland. Every single morning at 7 a.m., all 1,800 members of this village lost their broadband internet. It was going on for 18 months until they finally figured out that there's a little old lady who was watching. She would turn on her old cathode ray TV at exactly 7 a.m. to watch the news, and that power surge would throw off the internet in the whole village. I know. So it's amazing that the sun, having these geomagnetic solar wind, it could do. God is powerful. God can do what it wants.
Yeah. Well, it's the sun. The sun gets a pass. The little old lady, no.
No.
The sun gets a pass. It's all right.
I want to introduce everybody to the Reverend Dr. Melissa Felipe and the Reverend Z. Egloff. And, your ministry, the Oh My God Life Ministry, Tools for Radically Joyful Living. First of all, even before they met each other, Melissa was very well-known New Thought singer and songwriter, so much so that she received the highly coveted and well-deserved doctorate from the United Church of Religious Science, Reverend Dr. Melissa Felipe. At the time I first met her, she was just Dr. Melissa Felipe, because they were both in ministerial school. We started seeing each other around at ministers' conferences and singing together, and seeing each other at Asilomar, and Z and Melissa and Marina and I, and also Paula. We all five of us sat together at Asilomar last year and spent the entire week at Asilomar being each other's mishpucha, Miss Family. But even before that, the three of us were very, very close. I call them my little sisters. I know they call me their big brother. And I love you dearly. And I just so appreciate that you came to join us today. So I introduce you, the Reverend Dr. Melissa Felipe and the Reverend Z. Egloff.
Thank you, Reverend Dougie. Yes.
We adore you.
Yes.
I think you know that.
Yes, and we are so grateful to be here.
Yes,
today.
to get to be with you this morning, and you in your PJs.
Yes, and hopefully give you actually the rest of the day off when we're done here. Yeah. So I think we should get into it.
I think baseball's going to make sure that happens.
I think we should dive in.
All right,
let's get started with a song. How about that?
Okay.
When I was a kid, I heard this song. It said, "I know you didn't bring me all this way to leave me? I didn't believe in anything then. Who brought me? Who left me? I didn't know. I didn't care. My MO was solo. So low. I couldn't feel your help, your hand, your holy waiting. When we met, I wept, finally aware of your help, your hand, closer than my anger or my longing. You met me where I was, said it's never too late. I am always here. I know you didn't bring me all this way to leave me. Now I know you brought me all this way to love me.
There has never been a time you let me down. No, never. I heard it said I can turn away, but you turn with me, magnified with me. I see that every time I stumble, you carried me. When I was bound, you set me free. There has never been a time you let me down. Oh, never.
I celebrate you every day, except when I don't, when I forget. A slip back to solo, alone, so I don't know the shape of your grace. I can't find you anywhere. Then I remember, and there you are, pressed so close that every breath is a return to you. I know you didn't bring me all this way to leave me. Now I know you brought me all this way to love me.
There has never been a time you let me down. Oh, never. I've heard it said I can turn away, but you turn with me, magnified in me. I see that every time I stumble, you carried me. When I was bound, you set me free. There has never been a time you let me down. Oh, never. Yeah. Every time I stumble, you carried me. When I was bound, you set me free. There has never been a time you let me down. Oh, never.
When I was sick, you were there. When I was scared, you were there.
There has never, ever, 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 ever been a time
When I gave up, you were there. When I got up, you were there.
never, ever, 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 ever been a time.
All the time, you were there.
All the time. You're there with me.
All the time, you are here.
'Cause there has never been a time you let me down. Oh,
So it is. So we truly are honored to be here today with you all and blessed to be riding the rocky road of the internet this morning with all y'all. So I have something to say, which is
That was brilliant, by the way.
Oh,
Aw.
thank
That was
you.
brilliant, by
Thanks,
the way.
Daddy.
That sounded so good. And to interrupt you, this is going to be my last interruption. I never do this, but I forgot to say, everybody, these two women stand up for equal rights, social justice, all their work, LGBTQ rights, all their work so totally inspires me. Pearls of wisdom when they open up their mouths. Give a good listen. I love them both. I'm not going to interrupt you again.
Okay, awesome. Thank you,
Feel
Doug.
free to.
No,
at
that's
any
okay.
point.
You
We
keep
can do a Q&A.
Yeah, if you keep interrupting to tell us how awesome we are. I mean, we
That's
can
all right,
we
yeah.
can handle that. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, let's get into it then, shall we? So, just do it. That's our theme for today. Just do it. Now, you might wonder when I say it, what do I mean? Kind of important, right? So, for the purposes of today, when we say just do it, we mean two things. Just do it, meaning just do your spiritual practice. And just do it, meaning do your work in the world, whatever it is that action that you are called to do, whether it be exercise, thank you, Nike, whether it be social justice action in the world to create a world that works for everyone, or whether it be, let's be real, on some days, whether it be simply getting out of bed
Yeah.
and putting on some clothes and doing a few things, right? Okay, so what is the relationship between these two just do it's, right? We have the just do it of spiritual practice. We have the just do it of our work in the world. And that bridge and that connection is what we're especially concerned with today. And because we all love Ernest Holmes, I wanted Ernest to weigh in on this issue. This is what Ernest has to say. Life flows into everything through everything. It passes into every human event and translates itself through every human act. If you learn to think of life as flowing through your every action, you will soon discover that the things you give your attention to are quickened with new energy. For you are breathing the very essence of being into them. Now, I love that. Quickened with new energy. That's the key, right? That bridge. And what we want to talk about today is that bridge between our spiritual practice and our work in the world, and an element of spiritual practice that deepens that, which is the I-thou relationship. The I-thou relationship quickens us, as Holmes says, with new energy, right? Now, a lot of us grew up, especially those of us who grew up with traditional Christianity, saying that we were supposed to build a relationship with God, but that God was a white male senior citizen in the sky who occasionally went off his meds, right? And I personally did not want to build a relationship with that dude.
No.
So how do we as religious scientists build a relationship with God that might still have, for some of us, shades of that old, if God is you, right? So that's what we're going to focus on today, is building a relationship with spirit as religious scientists. What does it look like? How do we do it? And what happens when we do? Or some of the questions we want to get to today. And Melissa is going to get us started. So Melissa,
And you're going to go into
I'm going to disappear into a portal into another dimension. I'm going to go up to the sun today.
Yes,
and try to
fix it. We
fix
can
it.
fix it.
I'm going to
That'd
go to
be
the sun
good.
and try to fix things. Okay, so Melissa, just do it.
Okay. So when I was growing up, we went to church every single Sunday. Now, the church that we went to had one version of God, and it was that version that Z just talked about, the senior citizen who occasionally went off his meds. Good times. So I that's what I grew up with. And we went every single Sunday. And then to exacerbate things for me, in the 6th grade, my parents decided to transfer me out of public school into the school that was at my church. So then I was in church 6 days a week, Monday through Friday. We went into the church, this huge church, and had a service every morning before we started school. Now, if you think about 6th, 7th grade, that's when, teenagers can be people that start acting out because we start to have our own opinions, our own view. We start to pay attention like, oh, there's a world out there. Not everybody's like my family, all that. And so I was listening with those ears and I was getting confused, really confused when I heard about this God because I was hearing about this version of God that Z talked about. I was hearing about this all loving, all powerful presence. And then for my mind at the time, I was also hearing about how my best friend, Donna Abrahams, was going to be going to hell because she was Jewish. Well, that didn't work in my brain. That didn't add up. Like that just didn't make sense to me. And it was really confusing. Like now looking back, I realize it was confusing. And for me at that point, what happened, what my reaction was rage. Like it just made me really mad. It ticked me off. So now I realize, of course, that was my reaction to a lot of things at that point in my life. A lot of emotions channeled themselves through my anger, right? But what I will never know really is how much that very frustration, confusion, and rage played into the fact that I became a full-blown drug addict at the age of 13, 7th grade. And part of that for me was I completely turned away from spirit because I want nothing to do with this guy. This guy, let's be clear, it's a guy, first of all, but I want nothing to do with this old dude. That's going to hurt my friend. So that's what I did. I just turned away from spirit. And I didn't even want to say the word God and like that. So the good news is that 31 years ago, this past July 31st, I got clean. Yay! Yeah, big yay, I tell you. It is why I am here and who I am. So I got clean and sober. And like a lot of us who took that road to sobriety, to a clear mind again, I found Centers for Spiritual Living at the very kind of early on in my sobriety. And it resonated so powerfully for me because I was hearing about a new version of God. I was hearing about God as all that is. And if God is all that is, then it's what's here. It is what I am made of, what expresses through me. It is me. Right? So I was hearing about these two versions of God that really worked for me. God as the all-powerful, all-loving presence, really all-loving, and God here as me. I was not at that time hearing about God as you. So I wasn't thinking about like having a conversation with God or spirit or the all, whatever you call it. I wasn't thinking about you, having a you, I, thou, they call it, relationship. Because I have since learned now, Ken Wilber coined this philosophy. He's an American philosopher, and he came up with the 3 faces of God. Face 1 is God is everything. We, it's the we, right? So God as all that is, all powerful, all presence. Second face of God, God as I, God as the I am that I am. Here, right here in me, that one, right? And the third face of God is God as you. God as you. Now, here's the cool thing to remember with this that can be tricky and can be why some people don't want to think of you or talk to God as you, is that we need to remember that when we say God as you and we commune and converse with God as you, we are not then bypassing or ignoring or stepping away from the reality that God is all that is, that first face, and God is I, me, the second face. So there's that beautiful paradox that can be mind-blowing in and itself. Such a great meditation to just be aware of that all-powerful presence that is right here and that I can have conversation with and listen to, talk to, listen to, right? So how this came about for me as a magnified experience is that when Z and I were in ministerial school, so I finally gave in. It was quite a while ago now, but I gave in and went to ministerial school, and that's when Z and I were in there together. So one experience that we had was a guided meditation for a class during which we spent time in the presence of spirit. We had this experience of hanging out with the divine, right? And in that, there was an invitation for us to ask spirit, what is the name that you would have me call you? That's my right and perfect name for you. Oh, right? So I heard very loud and clear, the all. That was my answer. And this meditation for me, I was sobbing so loud I was trying to contain my noise so that Z could experience the meditation at the same time, because it was so palpable and powerful for me to experience the love of spirit. And the next morning, when I went on my walk and started my treatment like I do, I started, instead of saying there is only one power, one presence, this presence is me, I started with, good morning, the all. You are all that is. And oh my God, it was like there was a storm, an electric sunstorm in my chest. It was like this power poured through my heart. It was so intense that it changed my experience of my relationship with the all and my experience of prayer forever. Now, the beauty of this is that I'm still with this you, right? I and you, but it's that unconditionally loving version. It is not the version that Z talked about of spirit, of the all. Then after a while of doing these prayers, it started to feel cumbersome to say the all every time I referred to spirit. The all just seemed like a lot. And so I was walking one morning and I asked spirit, I want to come up with something shorter. So would it be okay? I don't want to be blasphemous or anything, but I wanted to use like the and all, just the first letters T and A, and call spirit Ta. And would that be okay? And I heard again, like a very loud, clear, kind of entertained voice say, I do not care what you call me. And since then, I've thought about that. Like when we have a more intimate relationship with a person in our life, we end up with a nickname for them, right? We have Reverend Dougie in Big Brother. I mean, we have names, affectionate names we call each other, right? In our house, we know that we're in trouble if we hear each other's names. If Z says Melissa, I know I've done something horribly wrong, because otherwise I am and Z is baby. That's just what we call each other. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. So when we are developing intimacy, can we consciously create this deeper connection with spirit? Yes. How do we do that? We do that like we do all deepening of intimacy, which is time spent with that one and communicating. So we talk and we listen and we spend time. Now, first of all, you have to decide you want to do that, right? Like, so there's steps to cultivating and creating this intimacy with spirit. Step one is that we set an intention. I'm going to have a deeper walk with the divine. I want that connection to deepen. I want to understand, know, hear, listen, know, all that. I want more of that, right? So that's step one. And step two, you can ask spirit in meditation, in prayer, what is the name that you would have me call you, like my perfect name for you. And through time, it may turn into a nickname. I promise you, spirit won't mind. It doesn't care what we call it. And then a third thing that Z and I do that we didn't even do at the beginning of all this, we've been doing it for years now, but we didn't start off here, is that we pray a particular prayer. You know how as metaphysicians, we pray for things like parking places and wellness and justice for all, and we pray for a lot of things. But I wasn't, and Z wasn't praying, asking for a deeper walk. Spirit, bring me a deeper walk with you. It covers so much territory, right? So here's the cool thing about that. As we deepen then in that intimacy, we recognize the voice. Like when your friend calls you, you know immediately who they are, right? We recognize when it is our little egoic chatter monkey mind versus spirit guiding us. And then we know the action that is the divine right action that is ours to take, because there's a lot of noise about that, all the things we should be doing right out in the world, but we can know then more easily, we can have access to the guidance that is what is ours to do, and then we can do it with this connection and this motivation of love that makes it all better. So when we say just do it, we mean just do that kind of action. So to talk more about the intimacy and the yumminess and the story about that, I give you Reverend Baby.
Oh, good. That means I'm not in trouble.
That's right.
Okay. Everything's all right. I love the I thou relationship. I love the I thou relationship. One of my favorite things about it is getting downloads from Spirit, messages from Spirit. And so when Melissa and I first were starting our ministry, I got one particular download from Spirit that kind of changed the course of everything. And in order for that download to make sense, I actually have to back up even farther and tell you a story about a cat. All right, so this was about 2 decades ago, and I had a breakup, a very hard breakup, and I decided that what I needed to help get me through the breakup was I needed a pet. I needed a cat. And every other cat I'd ever had in my life before then just appeared in my life as cats are wont to do, right? Like showed up at my place of work or at my house, or a friend said, hey, can you take this cat? Like all those things had happened. But it wasn't happening in this case. I was like, come on, universe, bring me a cat. No, I'm not happening. So I finally decided to take matters into my own hands, a certain way of just doing it, right? Take matters into my own hands. And I went to a local pet shelter, and they had a whole room of cats. I don't know why the cats put up with that. I think because they had no choice. And so I looked around and I found this perfect cat for me. And then the staff said, no, that cat is taken. How about this cat who looks just like that cat? And so I picked her up and I pet her for about 30 seconds. And then she bit me. So I put her down and I said, I'll take her. Like I say, I was pushing, right? I'm going to make this happen. Now I would say, oh, and then I took her home. No, not so fast. They needed 2 references. They needed to call both of my references to make sure that I was an appropriate pet parent. And then I had to sign a form, like basically sign my name in blood, to say that I would never return this cat to them or give the cat to anyone else ever. Okay. So I jumped through all those hoops and I bring the cat home. I name her Lucy. 1 week later, a friend of mine calls and says, I heard you're looking for a cat. I found the perfect cat for you. And I was like, oh, you're 1 week too late, but okay. I had to check it out. I had to see what was this perfect cat. I go to a pet store and there's this little orange male kitty. Oh, just adorable. Did not want to attack me and bite me. Super easy to adopt. So even though the plan was not to get 2 cats, I got him. Brought him home. Named him Max. Okay, only one problem. Lucy and Max do not get along. I'm in a small place. They're driving me crazy. And the vet that I was taking him to said, you know, tortoiseshells, Lucy was a tortoiseshell. Tortoiseshells often make better only children. But I had signed my name in blood saying I would not give away this animal. So I had to do it. It broke my heart. I gave Max away. So now it's me and Lucy. And, you know, it was okay with Lucy, but wouldn't you know, she had a tendency to bite. And you couldn't tell when it was going to happen. A lot of cats have a tell, not Lucy. Nope. You just never knew. Fast forward 13 years later. Melissa has joined our little family, and Melissa and I are, Lucy's still around, and we're about to graduate from ministerial school, and I get this download. I get a download from Spirit, and Spirit tells me, it says, okay, y'all can approach your ministry one of 2 ways. You can approach your ministry like you did with Lucy, right? Going out and making it happen on your timeline. And if you do, it's going to be pretty good in a lot of ways, like it was with Lucy, but it's also going to bite from time to time. Or you can approach your ministry like you did every other cat you ever had before Lucy, which was letting it happen on Spirit's timing. And if you do that, it's going to go much better for you. Well, until I had this download, I had never put that together. I had never put it together that Lucy was the one cat that I had decided to just do it in that forcing kind of way and making it happen like that, not in conjunction with Spirit, and that had been the most difficult cat relationship I'd ever had. Never put that together. Also, a few months after this download, Lucy died. Like suddenly, unexpectedly, she's having a seizure. 2 minutes later, she's gone, which is very much like Lucy, to be like, no warning, no advance notice. She's gone. So here we are, we're starting our ministry, and we've been given very specific instructions from Spirit about our action in the world. Now, I have to say, the beautiful thing about the I-thou relationship and cultivating this is you're given what's yours to do. We had a friend who, when she graduated from ministerial school, was told by Spirit, go out in the world and make connections and network and all that, right? We were being told something different. Now, it didn't mean we didn't do anything. We're creatives. We're going to be home. We're creating music and art and writing, all this. We're still going to do that. But it meant the in the world piece, right? To not force that. Did we listen? Well, here's the thing. New ministry, we were honestly, just to keep it real, we were a little freaked out about money. We're like, how is this all going to work financially? So we made a few calls, and by we, I mean Melissa. As Reverend Doug mentioned, Melissa was Melissa Felipe, right? She had a thing. So Melissa gets on the phone. Hi, this is Melissa Felipe. Oh, you remember me? Hi, great to talk to you again. Yeah. Well, I wanted to let you know that actually, in addition to my music, I'm now a minister. Thank you very much. Yeah. I'm doing ministry with my wife, actually. I know, I had a husband last time we talked. I know, it surprised me too. Yeah. My wife's name is Z. Yeah, I know, it's a little different. It's just the letter Z. Yeah. They are a minister as well. Oh, no, there's just one Z. Z is gender rich. Whole lot of gender going on. Yeah. And uses the pronoun, the singular they pronoun. I know, also a little different. Yeah. Anyway, we're both ministers. We're going around and we're doing talk and music at various centers. And musically, we're doing something a little different. So I'm singing still, and Z has joined me and is doing spoken word. Hello? Yeah. So here's the thing. It didn't go that well. When we tried to explain what we were doing and getting people, like, making it work, right? The Lucy method, it didn't work anyway. It didn't work. So what we did finally, a year plus into our ministry, we said, we're ministers. Maybe we should surrender to Spirit. What a concept. So we did. We're like, okay, Spirit, we get it. We remember we're going to do it. And wouldn't you know, now, not wasn't right away, not immediately, but little more and more. We just started to organically get calls, being invited to do talk and music at various centers, or being invited to do things that we had decided we didn't want to do, like workshops and retreats. And we said, well, we're going with the flow. We're following Spirit. We're asked to do it. Let's try. Oh, we love doing this. And then we started to notice how everything was fitting together, right? The out in the world stuff and the online, and the way it would fit together. And people would say, wow, your business plan is just genius, right? And we'd say, I know, right? Like, it's not us. Spirit is so much smarter than we are. the other thing about this and this deepened relationship was that, sometimes there's a metaphor for you get the headlights in front of you. Like sometimes that's all you have. It's just the headlights and you just keep moving forward in the faith, right? Sometimes we didn't even have the headlights. It was like foggy. Stuff was going on. There was solar storms or whatever, right? And we just had like just like a few inches in front of us. And we needed to depend on Spirit and trust and just do it in terms of deepening that connection with Spirit and acting on what Spirit was giving us to do. Around this time, about a year and a half into our ministry, Melissa's out shopping one day and runs into a friend who says, do you by any chance want a cat? I have this cat that's living under my house and can't join the rest of my family. So you want a cat? I'm in Ohio visiting my parents. Melissa sends me this picture of this cat. And I said, that's our cat. And not only that night, I got another download from Spirit saying the cat's name is Max. To which I argued, because we've now established I like to argue with Spirit. When Spirit tells me what to do, I said, no, I already had a cat named Max. That cat cannot be named Max. Melissa calls me the next day. She said, this is going to sound crazy. I hadn't told her anything. This is going to sound crazy, but I keep getting that the cat's name is Max. So Max came home to live with us. And not surprisingly, because it was Spirit's idea, most amazing cat we've ever had. Like really, this guy he's a love bug. He's wonderful. He's got all this personality. Reverend Doug has met him, actually. He's an amazing guy. And when I was putting together this talk, I realized why his name was Max. I'd never gotten it before. The first Max that I had, that was a surrendered version, right? Lucy was forcing it. Max was surrendering to Spirit, but I had to give him up. But it's never too late to surrender to Spirit. And so Spirit said, here you go. Here's another Max. That's our boy. So I've got a picture. We've got a picture here so you can see our boy. You can see our little guy. So Max is our ministry mascot. He is our Max Scott. He's the mascot of our ministry, because whenever we start to argue, whenever we say it's too hard, I don't want to do this, I can't listen, it's too scary, we just look in those eyes and we remember, just do it. Just do your spiritual practice. Just deepen the I thou relationship. Just surrender to Spirit. And that surrendering to Spirit is not giving up. It is not weakness. Surrendering to Spirit it's empowered surrender, because we are then given what is ours to do. And we are told what is not ours to do, right? We are given specifically the action that we can do in the world. And when we do that, our life gets better and better and better all the time, and becomes more amazing than we could ever imagine. And it won't bite. Let us pray. I invite you all to take a breath. Deep inhale, exhale. As we remember the truth.
Deepen my walk with you. Let me hear you. Let me feel
There is only one life, one source, one power, you. Divine one, divine grace, divine love, divine perfection, divine power. This is the truth in and through all of creation, seen and unseen, known and unknown. This is the truth of me. This is the truth of everyone listening today. We are you, sweet spirit, in human form. And so as I speak a word today for and about each and every one of us, I invoke the words of Ernest Holmes. O lover of my soul, O keeper of my spirit, nothing can separate us, for we are one. So shall thy wisdom guide me, thy presence dwell within me, thy love keep me, and thy life envelop me, now and forevermore. I rest in thee. And with these words of our founder, I claim and affirm for each and every one of us this deeper walk, this connection with you, the lover of our soul. Each and every day, we check in, we deepen this walk, we find our nickname for you, we commit to increasing our communication with you, and we give ourselves in this dance of empowered surrender to you. And as we do, not only do our lives get better and better and better, but everyone we know, as the love moves out to this entire planet, deepening and strengthening the love and the connection of all of us in and as you. And so I just give this back to you because you've got it, you take it, you make it so, you say yes, absolutely yes, it is done. It is done. And I release this by saying amen, ashe, and so it is.
Let me hear you. Let me feel you. Oh, Spirit. Deepen my walk with you, with you, with you. So it is.
So it is. Wow. I love you guys.
Oh, we love you so
you
much.
too.
It's got a couple of texts on the chat. What a wonderful lesson, Ellie Ewell said, and Barbara Dever said, Revs, Melissa, and Z, your teachings are so beautifully real. Love you.
Oh,
I have to say, the idea of praying for a better relationship with God is so brilliant. I never thought of that. But I have to, but this whole month that we've been talking about faith and fear and building our faith, and what's come to me is that faith is a muscle like any other. Or as musicians, we know you and I, Melissa, are very big. Anybody who knows us, that we love to practice because we both subscribe to the idea that amateurs practice until they get it right, and professionals practice until they can't get it wrong. And then forgive themselves when they do. And then forgive themselves. Oh, Raymond is here too. Raymond is watching us. Yeah, Raymond. Our dear friend Raymond. So I love what you said, and I love Max. Max is a sweet boy.
And Max loves you too.
Yeah, Max is a sweet boy. Thank you guys so much for being here today and for being part of our service. And next time, hopefully, we'll be able to do it really, really in person back at the center.
Yeah.
Back at the center. Here we are. So thank you. I love you. And I will catch. And you guys are going to join in on our Zoom after service, right?
Yes.
we are.
Great.
Yes,
I already
we'll
sent you the Zoom link, both text and
Email me that, honey.
email.
Oh, you sent it in
I
your-
sent it to you already, text and email. So
Wait,
I have
we'll
some.
be there.
I have some more service to do myself here in my PJs, but we'll see you after the service. Love you both
Awesome.
so much,
We love you.
my sisters. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. So our affirmation for today was, today I affirm the inherent goodness of all life. And to me, that's a really important tool that we have to continue to bless our existence here. Today I affirm the inherent goodness of all life. And of course, Dr. Holmes teaches us that our experience here on planet Earth always is perfect God, perfect human, perfect being. Somebody put a thing on Facebook recently that said, what's the best thing about 2020? And I answered that it's almost over. It's 3/4 over. But our focus this year has been, our 2020 vision has been one life in focus. And our focus this year needs to be on staying safe and staying healthy and protecting ourselves by masking up and keeping our social distancing. So I appreciate everybody's efforts in doing that. You know that you can contribute to our ministry by going to the Give Plus mobile app. We live an abundantly rich and prosperous life. And I know that members of the metaphysical sciences, especially those of us who are members of the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, we know and understand the continuity of giving and receiving. I appreciate all of the support that you give us here at the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. You can give through the Give Plus mobile app. Of course, you can go directly to our website, scroll down the bottom, click on one of the donate links. They're in the middle and bottom of pretty much every page. And of course, you can visit our center and drop off your tithe. You can mail it to the High Desert Center for Spiritual Living, 18575 Corwin Road, Apple Valley, California, 92307. We're also on the web at high-desertcsl.org. I wanted to remind you that our office hours are Mondays 9 to 1, Tuesdays 9 to 4, Wednesdays 9 to 12, and Thursdays 10 to 3. And let's go ahead and affirm our giving. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And of course, I bless this gift in faith, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And our Zoom info for this week is, the meeting ID is 832-0635-8613, and the passcode is 1111. So, so I wanted to remind you that you can join us on Zoom by phone too. You do need to know the passcode 1111 even when you join by phone. So I'm going to grab my guitar and let's do our closing benediction. Monica says, "Thank you so much for the awesome and powerful message this beautiful day." I know. Z and Melissa, they are the bomb. They are the bomb. And our dear friend, Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, is also joining us on the chat this morning. And Ray, join us in Zoom. We'd love to see you. So, all is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. I know that the infinite indwelling Spirit blesses and protects you. And I know that Spirit is kind and gracious through you and as you. And I know that Spirit shines its light upon you and is your peace. And I say, and so it is. Amen. Let's sing together. All is well, and I am grateful. All is well, and now it's time to let it go. All is well, and I am grateful. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. Life is good, and so it is. Have a blessed week. Know that I love you and that I appreciate you. And thank you again to Melissa and Z, my sisters, for joining us today. I'll see you all on Zoom in just a couple of minutes. Here we go.
Can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. I can't help it, God makes me wanna sing. Make me feel so good, I can do most anything. I am loving every living thing.